Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fitpath podcast. My name is Max, and I'm here with Gordon. How are you, Gordon?
I'm good, Max.
Thanks for coming here. Please give us the quick introduction about yourself.
Yeah. So I'm Gordon. I'm the Scottish co-founder of Vybey, which is a brand that focuses on brain health.
Mm-hmm.
And we started in Sydney, but over the last 4 years we've expanded back to the UK and got into some supermarkets. So that's great. And now I'm back in Sydney at the moment doing things on the ground, trying to grow the brand.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So just a little bit of context. I met Gordon in the Australia Fitness Expo, and I've kind of amazed with the range of product he does and the thing that he's doing and the way that he explained to me. So this guy had an interesting story, and I'm going to have a chat with him to understand and learn a little bit more about it. So, before just diving deep into any of the questions that we're going to have a chat today, tell me about Gordon. Mm-hmm. I want to know about Gordon before Vybey. Mm-hmm. So, where your fitness journey started?
Mm-hmm. So, I'm from Glasgow in Scotland. Mm-hmm. And yeah, growing up, I was involved in different types of sport, like golf, rugby, football, everything. So, I've been active all my life. Mm-hmm. And then
what was the age you started?
Probably kicking a football at 2.
Wow.
Yeah, my family's a bit sporty.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my sisters played hockey for Scotland, mm-hmm. Granddad rugby for Scotland,
wow.
Cousin rugby for Scotland. Yeah. So it's just been a bit of a competitive environment growing up. And when I was in Glasgow, I also then did some athletics.
Wow.
So
okay.
I competed in the decathlon.
Wow.
Yeah, I was never really good at, never amazing at just one event. So I could have them all, you know. And then I also did a physique bodybuilding show.
Wow.
Yeah, a few years before that. So that's where it all kicked off.
What was the age then?
When I did that, I was probably around 22.
Wow, at 22 you did a classic like the bodybuilding.
Not bodybuilding, like more the physique. So you didn't. Yeah, you had the board shorts rather than the Y fronts.
Right.
I've never really been into proper bodybuilding, but more like physique, aesthetic look.
Understood. Yeah.
And maybe I just didn't have big enough legs either for the bodybuilding. So yeah, that streamed at university actually. Mm-hmm. So I stayed in an apartment with 4 other guys. We all hit the gym together. Mm-hmm. We were all eating pretty well.
Wow.
Just growing up, you know, mm-hmm. From 18 to 22.
Wow.
And then after that, yeah, I did.
So was your study in university also some sort of related to the?
No. So that was law with accountancy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. He's the smart one here. So.
Yeah. Where did law come from? Yeah, I didn't really know what I wanted to do when I grew up. I had an idea. I always wanted to run a business. My family, my dad, the engineering company that we had as a family.
Okay.
So he did that, and then my mum also had a physiotherapy
wow.
business too. So yeah, growing up as well, having your own business was it was just normal. I didn't really know anything else.
Wow.
Yeah. So
it's kind of like it was in the family, and probably in a dinner table, like the dad and mom was talking about the businesses and the challenges and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's pretty interesting.
Full family, yeah.
Full family. That's amazing. And I'm gonna deviate a little bit here. So, did they teach you about the money, and how did they do it?
Yeah, like cash flow and things.
Like the money, what is the money?
Yeah, what is money? Yeah, I think my mum was always pretty good. We would always ask for toys or any other thing you wanted, but she would you'd never get on a plate. You had to work for it. So we'd have to do chores, and I remember we had a thing called the star chart.
Okay.
So you'd get a star every time you did a chore, and then at the end of the 30 days or whatever the star number was set, you would then get that toy or whatever you wanted. So I think it was drilled into as young that you just can't get on a plate. You have to work hard.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. And see, the parents who might be listening to this one, I think the outcome of all those effort is you see someone like Gordon, he's entrepreneur. He build a vision, he built something that today we're going to learn. But I think what I'm trying to say is like the foundation has been built from that age and time. Mm-hmm. So which is quite amazing, which is quite amazing story. Just moving on, so basically you've been in a fitness from early on, then you went to the university, and what happened then?
Yeah, I got the law degree
Mm-hmm.
with accountancy and decided I didn't want to be a lawyer. So went down the more business route by being an accountant.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not that sexy.
Not anymore.
It's just not got good connotations, does it? So I joined one of the big four in the UK, like in Glasgow and Edinburgh, and then you sit and do your 3-year qualification to be a chartered accountant. And yeah, it's not just accountancy. You learn all about business, finance, legal, tax. So yeah, it was a great post-uni qualification to do while working full-time. And yeah, that gave me like basic business knowledge at that point, yeah. And yeah, so I did 3 years at KPMG, and the plan was always, right, let's qualify, and then see where you go after that. Like, you basically go armed with a CA qualification, because you can go anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Right? With a law degree, you're ultimately kind of stuck in the UK or Scotland.
Okay.
So I'd always wanted to travel.
Yes.
So that's when Australia was on the list. So
So
I was like,
okay.
yeah.
That's how you came to Australia. Okay.
So I came here as a backpacker in like 2014.
Wow.
Yeah, but growing up, I think it's quite common. Like in the UK, you see Sydney celebrate New Year first, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe live in your future.
With the bridge, and you're like, what? Like, is this just people from the UK that have gone down under and like having such a good time in nice weather? Like, why am I still in the UK? Seriously, I can remember thinking that, and it's very common.
I can hear from the English people, so given the weather.
Totally. And yeah, as soon as I qualified, I was like, no, I came here as a backpacker, went up the East Coast and on the bus, saw the main sites, was like, yep, I think Australia could be like a key place to go. And I had a few people that were a bit older than me at KPMG that had also gone over to Australia. And they came back like, listen, this is a bit of you need to get over here.
Wow.
And yeah, as soon as I qualified, boom, booked the flight. Didn't keep with KPMG at the time, so came over, no job, stayed in the hostel in Bondi. There's like 6 other people in the room. Seriously. So because I didn't really have any cash at that point.
Yeah, I know.
You start at you qualify as an accountant, but you don't really have too many savings because you're not getting paid a decent wage, and maybe your lifestyle outstretches that cash flow as well. So yeah,
that is true.
Yeah, and then came over to Sydney.
Okay, just let me stop here. So, I mean, there was a few things I think when you were talking about your journey that I kind of like picked my attention, and one of those like. When you came out of the university, you didn't straight away jump to the business, and you went to work for other companies, and you observed and you learn about it, and that's a big thing, right? So, the thing is that I'm getting from you and I'm learning from you is that when even you have the idea of or vision of building your own business, it's not something that you would do next day. You need to do the hard yards. You need to really learn from the others. You need to observe for some times, right? If you want to be successful. Of course, there's a lot of businesses. There's a lot of people who want to do businesses, but they fail. And there's a reason for it. But there are also a lot of people that they succeed, and there is a reason for that, right? For me, it's like that's a great example of if someone wants to succeed, you need to observe how the other successful businesses works, learn from them, and then replicate those, right? Yeah. Is that right?
Totally agree, yeah. I had the idea for Vybey, so our complete meal powder was the first product back at uni. So that's where it was with birth, basically.
Oh, okay.
So I was making the product that we have now effectively in its basic form. And yeah, I actually really wanted to start like as soon as possible. Few people said, no, don't do it, blah, 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 get your degree, do your accountancy.
Always naysayers there,
right? Yeah,
right?
Exactly. But also, during that time when I was doing the accounting job, I did the bodybuilding show, right, at the start. And then I also did the athletics at the very end. So your mind, you make the choices. You know, if you want to start the business, you do that, and other things go to the back seat. So I can remember thinking, I'm going to do this after I do the bodybuilding. I'm going to do this after I do the decathlon. And yeah, looking back, is that the right decision? I wish I'd started earlier, you know? But yeah, that to your point, exactly. You need to observe other people that have walked that path before.
Exactly.
So you don't make the same mistakes. Like we were talking earlier about mentorship. And that's one of the key lessons for me is we should have sought guidance earlier, specifically within the food and beverage or the nutrition space. because we made so many mistakes along the way that we can get into later. But yeah, that definitely to watch those people.
That's amazing. So okay, we arrived to the Sydney. I think you've been in hostel. So tell me about more. What happened since then?
So when I arrived in Sydney.
No, after you landed in Sydney and you think, okay, this is going to be home.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the next?
Yeah, so I don't think it was going to be home straight away because visa.
Oh, yeah,
you know? Yeah, you come over on a working holiday visa. So I joined actually the New South Wales government, right, on a contract, yeah. In the education department doing audit. So you join on the contract and straight away you're earning like double what you were back in the UK, you know. So that's quite nice. And for coming from the hostel, remember?
Yeah. Exactly.
And then managed to get a job at Macquarie, a couple of months in. And then. But
it's related to accounting and
finance. Yeah, more like in the fund management side. So breaking out of the auditing basically.
Yep.
And you do a 6th month, you come on for a contract, and then hopefully at the end you then get sponsored. Mm-hmm. So as soon as I got sponsored, that was like, right, okay, this is gonna be home. Let's try and make this home. I already knew that anyway. Like it's like I've been around the world a few times now. Mm-hmm. And Sydney's like number one, I still think in my head.
Absolutely.
Seriously, honestly, definitely.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people say
I can't agree more than that.
Yeah. Because I left, we'll get into that later, but I left and then I've come back and it's just like, totally agree. So I joined the bank and that was when things started to move. I was like, let's do Vybey.
Okay. Yeah. Probably, I think at that point, I thought you had a little bit of funding to start a business. You had a vision for a while, just it was in your mind.
Yeah, we did not have the funding at the start, no way. I didn't. I had a little bit of savings that I'd saved up over that 9 months, and started to scope out, right, how are we going to do this? Mm-hmm. And the initial idea was to do a drink, right, ready to drink option, complete meal, so have all your protein, your fats, your vitamins, your carbs. So I had no food science background, no food and beverage background, but it's just the belief that you can get it done. So you've got to be completely delusional at that point. And I thought, right, how are we going to do this? Like, let's phone some bottling companies. Maybe we can get some information from there. Yeah. Spoke to someone, they introduced someone else, that person introduced someone else. So it's just
amazing.
Just a ripple effect. And you just need to keep going. And if one door shut, and we got loads of doors shut, and for us at the start anyway, you just need to keep moving.
You're going to keep knocking.
Keep knocking, exactly. And the first thing we did, we met some food scientists, and they said, this is what the project will cost. I'm like, oh, yep, that's all the savings gone. Yeah, seriously. And that's one point. Like, if you're going to be looking for investors, whatever, you need to show them you've got skin in the game. And time, fine, but put some of your hard-earned cash in, your own cash first, to show like how committed you are. So I remember I transferred over the amount to the food scientists. I'm like, right, no going back now, right? Let's do this. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, they helped us with the recipe. We knew what we wanted from like macronutrient point of view, but to make it shelf stable, to put it like regulations from food etc. So you need that professional help at the start, 100%.
Absolutely. Now we're talking about the Vybey. So tell me more about this product. I mean, what are you doing? What exactly is this product? And then walk me through like what is the differences between your product and the other supplements out there.
So we first started with our complete meal powder. Well, sorry, going back, we had the drink first. That failed. Okay. COVID hit us. We were naive. We didn't have the funding. We got some seed funding at the start, which is another story. But
But you learned from that, right?
Totally.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Totally. We've now got this complete meal powder on the market at the moment. So you'd use that instead of breakfast or instead of lunch.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, or post or pre-workout, because it's got all your macronutrients that you need, right? So that's been our OG product, if you like. And then more recently, over the last couple of years, we've gone into brain health, brain care, like with the mental health pandemic that there is across the world. A lot of people, you focus on general wellness, but what are you doing to look after your brain health and your gut health? So
which is quite important. Both of those are quite important. I had the opportunity. I mean, sorry, just kind of like the getting to your words. So I kind of interviewed one of the athlete, the gymnast, and what she was telling me was she's done this for 11 years, but also now still suffering from the gut health, and how gut health is kind of like the important in doing your day-to-day functionality, not only the sport, but also in real life.
Yeah.
So I think you're kind of like touching the two important components of the being fit and healthy fit person.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Just to add on that, like what you put into your body, like it can be considered maybe good for your brain, good for your gut, or not good. You know, just those two simple categories. So you want to put in like as much leafy greens, mixed vegetables as you want, just for your gut. It's like soil. You know, if you're going to put like healthy soil into other healthy soil, it'll grow. If you put if you put dry stuff and everything else that's preservatives and everything, it's not really going to work.
Absolutely.
It's quite similar. And then from the gut, it feeds to your brain.
And the importance of the fitness is like if anyone wants to do the fitness, it doesn't matter which sport. The sport itself, the activity itself is not enough. It's not sufficient to succeed. The diet is the hidden part and the biggest part of your succeed plan, right? If you don't have enough proper diet, or if you don't look after your body in terms of fueling your body with the proper nutritions, you won't get there. I think you might hit the gym, or you might hit your whatever activity you're doing, but the next day you will down. But if you get the proper nutrition and diets in place, you'll recover sooner, and you will next day you're more energized and you're more, the upfront to going to do anything you want to do. So that's how the diet and supplement is important.
Exactly. You can have the best workout in the world, but if you don't have a decent diet, it's effectively a waste of time. They say what, like 80% diet, 20% workout, or even more now. Who knows? It depends on the individual. So then, going back to the products, we then went into brain health, so a nutrition brand that focuses on brain health. And the first one for that was our Brain Care Smart Greens. Yep. So that differentiates from the rest of the market because it focuses on brain health. So we have ingredients in there like omega-3, blueberry extract, grapefruit extract, vitamin D, vitamin B complex. So a lot of the other brands don't have that, but they're all at the top doses as well. So it means that you don't have to buy the individual capsules.
It's all prepared,
it's
ready for you, ready to go. Because the other thing is like about the time, right? You're also saving the time, so to get to what it's matter in your life. Yeah. And it just happened. I didn't like this was absolutely unintentional, but also it happens. I can look at the back of this one. I can tell you, the stuff that highlights here is like I can pick it up. It says like Brain Care Smart Focus, and then when looking at the ingredient, there's lots of B's there. So it's a B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B9, B12. Wow. That's amazing.
That's the other second brain care product. So that's Focus.
Yeah.
That's the coffee alternative. It's all mushroom based as well.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, with the medicinal mushroom market is completely exploding. And yeah, you listed off the B vitamins there too. So yeah, and you'll see like it's at 100% RDI, NRV, wherever you are. So you get those top doses too.
Wow, that's amazing. So where are these products typically manufactured?
We get manufacturing done in both Australia and the UK.
Oh, okay. So it's both in here and the UK. Yeah, that's amazing. So, and also like they walk me through like the use cases. I mean, you touched upon it, but let's expand on it. The use cases and what type of people as a customer, as a potential customers you're targeting, or they can benefit from these products.
Yeah. We would target the health conscious, like young professional at the start, or professional.
So it doesn't even need to be in a fitness, is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
So going back to where we met at the show, right? You would have seen, there was fitness guys and girls there, but there was also just the general public that have an interest in health and wellness. So if you look at the demographic of our sales from that expo and our website at large, it is actually very varied, So it can be young, older people that are health conscious. So going back to the point, some of the individuals use the complete meal powder to lose weight. Okay. We don't market it as a lost weight product, but it certainly gives you control of your calories and nutritionals. Other people use it to maintain, and yeah, as you said, like lack of time, want to save some money as well.
So how does it roll? Let's say today I had a meeting at 10,
Yeah.
so I got to rush through the house. So you say I didn't have enough time for breakfast, so I just want a scoop of this.
Yeah.
And normally, what do you put into the water or milk or any liquid?
Yeah, water or milk. If you put milk, you've got more calories in there. So the recommended serve size of that is 400 calories, 2 scoops. And yeah, that I had one this morning. Sets you up. Yeah.
And sets you up. Wow.
Yeah, sets you up. And then this other one that we have there, the Brain Care Smart Focus, I would use that as I sit down with the laptop ready to get going for work. So I'd use that instead of coffee.
Oh, okay. So typically you take it every day.
Yeah.
As a coffee, like any time that you normally take your coffee instead of that. So you don't drink coffee?
No.
That's why you went for tea today.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I've been off the coffee for probably about 5 years.
Wow.
I think I just got too reliant on it, right?
Right.
And then I got to the weekend and I wouldn't be in that zone of working when I was in the bank. And then I'd be like, what's going on here? Like, I feel a bit weird. I feel off. And it's like, oh yeah, I've not had my coffee or my caffeine. So I was like, I don't want to have to rely on something. I want to be, sober's not the right word, but a bit on the calmness side. So that instead is powered by the mushrooms. So like lion's mane mushrooms, which is science-backed now to help with memory, focus, concentration. But the other important ingredient in there that takes the edge off the caffeine is L-theanine. Do you know about that one? So it's amino acid, and it's at science-backed levels. So it means that it takes the edge off caffeine, as I said, but you don't get the crash, and you don't get the jitters.
Right.
So it promotes more calmness.
Okay.
Right. So you get more of like a level high, if you like. And L-theanine is also naturally in matcha and green tea. So I would have the green tea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I think there are some amount of caffeine in the green tea as well, right?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, the reason I normally drink coffee is in the morning is just the first thing I do is drinking a little bit of water and then coffee just to open my eyes. Does that the same?
Yeah,
you reckon?
I would say so. Like, have you tried?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try this.
Let's do it. And lion's mane too. Like, I've been on lion's mane for a while. I've been fascinated by mushrooms for a number of years. Massive in the US, massive in the UK and Europe.
Yeah, I think it's spike.
And it's big in Australia, and I think it's just growing now. You know, so as I said, the medicinal mushroom market is completely growing right now, and that's one of the ingredients that we wanted. We put that into the complete meal powder from the start as well, which helps with focus and concentration. So there's even like clinical studies, double-blind placebo, different parts of the world now that show that it helps with dementia. So it's one of the only known preventatives for dementia at the moment. And yeah, even yesterday I saw a post about another study that was done. It was the first time the study was done on young people for lion's mane. So predominantly the studies have been older people, like looking at the effects of the cognitive decline. But with this study now, it seems like it is also very beneficial for younger people.
Right.
So younger people, like above 25, for instance.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, really good. And yeah, it was always going to help younger people as well. Yeah. Because you should be looking after your brain health at all times.
Absolutely.
And it's also used in combat sports. So like boxing, MMA and things, when people get head injuries. So it can start to rewire the nerve endings in your brain and repair them. And same in rugby, so it's really common in rugby right now.
Wow, that's amazing. It's funny that you talked about this. So I was listening to the Joe Rogan and Elon Musk interview lately, and they were talking about there was a scientist-backed research that is showing the 20% increase in the mental sharpness for the people who playing games. It's just, that's amazing. And what it happens is apparently it increase your reaction. How do you react to the things that are happening? There's a voice, there's a video, and you need to make decision. But the other, I think the byproducts of fitness is obviously the mental strength and the sharpness. But the good thing is not only in sport, if you build those construct, it will also help you during the life. And also these products will kind of they help you to improve that capability. Gordon, I think I've seen you had another product as well on the bench in the expo. What was that?
That was the greens version. So
Right.
Brain Care Smart Greens.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was one I talked about. That was a differentiator from the rest of the market that had brain health. So
Okay.
omega-3, blueberry extract and everything else. So that's been going well in our brand as well. So
Right.
you're talking about 50% of the sales are now coming from the greens.
Mm-hmm.
So again, a lot of people are looking out, trying to get all their vegetables, herbs, fruits, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals from a blend in the morning, effectively. And you can also mix that with a smoothie too. So it's really versatile. I also have it with yogurt. So I mix it with Greek yogurt and have it in the evening before bed. Yeah, just to get like the rest of the vitamins in before you sleep. So
That's amazing. That's
good.
amazing.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a little bit, slightly steer to a different direction. I mean, this amazing story so far. I want to know why you did this and what do you want to achieve? What is the vision?
I think at the very beginning, I was basically an upset customer, right? So what else was on the shelves at the time, I didn't agree with, I didn't want to put into my body. And as I said, I was making the mixture back at university, and I thought, yeah, the public deserves better. I would like to put this in the market. And as I said before also about coming from a bit of an entrepreneurial family, it seemed like the right thing to do, to give it a shot. So you start off being a bit naive, delusional, thinking you can make a difference, but that is ultimately where it came from. We also have a partnership with Mary's Meals, which is a charity. So for every online order, we give back a meal to Mary's Meals, which is a charity that gives meals to people in need in some of the world's poorest communities.
That's amazing.
So I did a bit of charity work before Vybey, and I always thought, I've had such a privileged upbringing. Why have I been lucky? And I could use this as an opportunity to also give back to these people as well. So that's where that stems from. And then more recently, as the brand's developed, you see the customer feedback, both on your online reviews, but also emails that you get from customers to say like
amazing,
how much of an impact the product has had on their daily activity. Like the complete meal powder, for instance, is a classic example. People have lost a lot of weight. Gives them more confidence. They're now on top of their nutrition. And there's other things in the market, but I remember we sent out an out of stock email, and because we grew quite fast, we couldn't keep up. And the guy's like, well, what am I going to do? I've tried these other brands and I don't like them. I want you guys to get this back as soon as possible.
Amazing.
I've had such a good experience so far.
I mean, that's amazing. I mean, probably you guys are not here, but I can see the spark in his eyes. It's like his baby's talking about, and that's amazing. The impact that you can make to the other people in the community, that's phenomenal. That's fantastic. If you're making a positive impact, good on you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what can you unpack Vybey? What does it mean?
Yeah.
Where it came from?
It's a play on the word vibe, right? So
okay.
So the word vibe promotes positivity, happiness. Like it's not something you'd call a nutrition brand off the cuff, but it's a bit more memorable.
Right.
So that was the main goal at the start, right? Let's do something a bit different. We want to operate differently, and then try and promote that as a brand. And then more recently, as the brand's like developed and matured, I was in Peru recently, and we were doing a hike, and then it was like with other entrepreneurs, and I was like, well, I think the word Vybey now has got a deeper meaning about that. At the end of the day, we're all just atoms vibrating.
Wow, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, I quite like that growth or mature aspect. I know that's a bit woo for some people, but I quite like it.
That's amazing. So, I mean, like we talked about a lot of good stuff, right? But also, I'm sure running a business and building something from scratch not easy. There's a lot of ups and downs on your way. So talk to me about those tough days, and what typically, if you want to just regroup them, what were they, and how did you push through them?
I think one of the main ones is when you run a side hustle, if you like, at the start, is that you're doing two jobs. So you have your day job, and then you do your side hustle, with the hope that your side hustle turns into your day job because you're passionate about it. And certainly, like, I've spoken to a lot of people over the last even couple of weeks that have been asking about that part of the journey. How did you balance it? How did you make it work? yeah, I even did a LinkedIn post about it yesterday, and you're effectively you're closing one laptop, opening the other.
That's right.
And just battering on, and you just need to do it. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, I can't be bothered looking at a screen again once I've looked at a screen all day. Like, well, you're not going to reach your goals if you don't do it. So just get it done. But yeah, what keeps you going is being passionate about it. So that's fun. Yeah, I viewed it as fun, and because you have tasks to do in the evening, and you only have that limited time of 3-4 hours max, depending what you do. If you see family, get dinner, get workout, whatever, you just need to blast it. Like that's the only advice I can give. Just show up every day and be consistent with it, because consistency wins the race.
Absolutely.
You might
I mean, you deserve
this. nice, thanks. Yeah, consistency wins the race, and you can make the wrong decisions, don't get me wrong, and we have. You can go down the wrong route, it might waste a bit of time, waste some money, but you will learn, and then you can come back up that route and go down the other one that should have been correct. So going back to the question of like hard days, certainly I mentioned that we failed with that first product, the drink. Didn't have the experience, didn't have the cash,
didn't put you
wrong
off.
timing.
Absolutely.
Didn't put you off. We pivoted, we're like, right, how are we going to solve this? And we during COVID, everyone switched to online.
Yeah.
So we switched the focus from retail to online, and then switched the product to powder. So it's more, you typically buy powder online, you don't buy drinks at the time anyway. So that took like another 9 months, 1 year of R&D to then launch it. So yeah, that could have phased a lot of people and put them off and said, yeah, I gave it a good whack, but it didn't work out. But no, like I was going till the end, and we had some seed funding, as I mentioned before. So I'd put my money into it. I didn't have much left, so this was it. I'm gonna try and make this work. So that was probably the first real setback. Is like, right, how are we going to continue this? Where's the cash going to come from? And what's the next product going to be that we can really believe in to work after the failure of the last one? Not failure, learnings.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, when we were talking before the show, I mean, you also mentioned the importance of having mentor. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, that feeds into the mistakes that we made at the start. So looking back, if I and we had gone out and sought a mentor, so you need to make that effort, first of all, to go and find whoever it is. And if you need to pay for them, because it'll save you in the long run.
Absolutely.
So the mistakes we made, like you build a website, you build a product, and then you maybe expect people just to come on the website through social media.
Doesn't happen.
Not anymore, because it's so competitive. So you need the skills to like run creatives, run the testing on Meta, on Google, on TikTok, whatever you want to do, on Amazon, and spend money, basically. So that's the key point, that you need to have extra cash available for marketing or something coming in, or have a high profit margin on those organic ones. So you had profit to then reinvest into advertising, marketing. So yeah, as I said, we have a mentorship now, and it's a cohort of mentors that you can access on a daily basis, so through like the Slack channel. So these guys have been there before, walked the path.
Exactly.
All different facets of e-commerce. So logistics, tax, finance, product development, advertising, you name it. They're all there. So you've got a full wealth of these mentors that you can access. And then you get like a one-to-one mentor, like the lead one. So we pay for that every month as well.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, right? It's just not only like I want to build this business and this is my product, and the next thing I want to do, jump on a Shopify, build my product there, and off you go. That doesn't happen like that. It's not as simple as that you might think. There's a lot of effort needs to be taken. So there's a lot of work put into this to get the work. So
I've also got another mentor.
What is it?
So that's more on fitness, nutrition, and like mindset, personal branding as well. So again, being accountable is the other key point in there, right? So going back to the body bunks is a good example. I had a coach for that too. And having someone that's over your shoulder, like holding you account to every move that you're making in the fitness and nutrition, your weight, etc., is very important. So now, like within the last month, I've thought, yeah, let's level up again. So after the show, I was like, okay, I want to level up both in physique, mindset, and then that will have a knock-on effect on the business too. So I've engaged another mentor, coach, whatever you want to call it, to just level up.
That's
and
amazing.
Even after the last 3 weeks, like I'm noticing a difference. I'm reporting to him on the app like every day. Yeah, so having someone there to keep you in check is so important.
Absolutely. And the point is like this is what you realize as you get older, you will understand like how time is precious and valuable, right? So I also go to the gym. I'll see like the people coming to the gym, and they do stuff. I admire them, that the fact that they woke up and they came to the gym. I go early in the morning. But what's happening is like if you don't know what you're doing or what exactly you're following, in my opinion, you're wasting your time. You might enjoy yourself. You're not going to get result. So it's really important to get someone that looking on your results and tell you this is the way. I've done this. You don't need to do it again. So I do have like this definition from the early on. It was kind of like my mantra. There's two type of people. There's smart people and there's a wise people. Smart people are the ones who normally like they try. They wanted to see like if this works or not. Let's do it. Let's fail, learn, go. But the wise people are the ones who look at the other people's result. They don't want to try everything. You don't have enough resources and time to try every single thing. So you learn from others, and that to me is a kind of like the wisdom. And the other thing you mentioned that I want to pick that up as well, like I think the entrepreneur has a characteristic, and one of those characteristics that stands out that I can obviously see in you is like your hunger for learning, your hunger for curiosity, to like the learning more, how this works, how that works, and getting help from the other, talking to different people, and that's amazing. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And just what you said there about the learning, as part of the mentorship, you get a full wealth of content that you need to go through to learn those different aspects of e-com that I mentioned. Basically, so an example would be the advertising course specifically on Meta, right? So you spend about, I don't know, maybe like it's like 3 hour course, so it's like bite sized, but it's exactly what you need to know. And then it gives you a checklist at the end. So if you've got an agency that's working for you, which we have done, and yeah, some of them have failed with us over the last year, you're going back with that knowledge to hold them accountable as well. And if they don't step up to what you've said, if they don't answer the questions properly or work hard to resolve it, you need to let them go. So that has been one of the big cost savings for us, especially. We've effectively been wasting quite a lot of money on our advertising through bad practices or just lack of effort from other parties. That's through our knowledge that we didn't have, and now going through more learning. So as you said, more learning, we've been able to take that back and make it work.
Absolutely. It's an investment, right? It's some sort of investment.
Yep.
So, I mean, I love this conversation, but I mean, like, we kind of like the nearing toward the end of the interview. As much as I love, and I didn't realize how time flies. So I think like we should do it again. I should get a promise from you that we do it again. But I want to just probably trying to end with 2 more questions. And actually 3 more questions. So, in your journey, who was your inspiration? Like what necessarily inspired you? I can see from the conversation your dad and mom and the family was one of those, but also I want to learn, like, did you had a chat with someone or inspire you? Or you read a book, you watched something? What was your inspiration, you reckon?
For the business, specifically for the product?
For your journey.
Yeah, for the journey, yeah. I can remember reading Richard Branson's autobiography when I was younger.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe like 12 years ago or whatever, when I was still in the UK as an accountant. And I can remember not being able to put it down. Like, I was just like, this is just an amazing roller coaster of his business acumen, all the interesting things
He's
he's
a
done.
great guy. Like,
Yeah.
he's done amazing. He built a lot of good businesses. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And going through that autobiography with him, I was like, I would love to, explore the world and that side as well, and build great businesses that benefit people.
Mm-hmm.
So that was definitely an inspiration. And then you see other brands in your industry or that are doing really well, and you look up to them too,
Mm-hmm.
for the amount of people they're serving with their products. So to be able to be a worldwide recognized brand like them, that certainly inspires you too,
Mm-hmm.
no matter if it's the competition or not, you know. And then other people growing up, like professional athletes, reaching the top of their discipline and whatever they do, that definitely inspires you to keep working hard and get up that level. I think the main learning for me when I was younger, I realized early on was like, they're just a human like us.
Absolutely.
So if they can do it,
absolutely,
why can't I do it? That's what I was like.
You nailed it.
What makes them so special? They might have, who they've been exposed to. They have made a bit of cash, other aspects too. But I was like, if they can do it, I can do it. That was the real fire at the beginning, definitely.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, I mean, it seems like that you're a good book reader. Is that right?
I think I have been. Yeah.
Okay.
Now not so much, more like podcasts and audiobooks. Yeah.
Give me the 3 top books that I think you suggest our listeners to definitely jump on it and have a read.
Okay. So I think the Richard Branson one was.
That's one of them.
It's got to be there. So that's it's called Losing My Virginity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the brand Virgin, obviously.
Okay. Is that the name of the book?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That gives you an insight to what he's like. He's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
And the other one I can remember reading, like when I was growing up a little bit more as well, maybe like 10 years ago, was The Chimp Paradox
Mm-hmm.
by Steve Peters. So that's more about managing your mindset.
Oh, okay.
And to know that there's like the monkey mind,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's like 5 or 6 times stronger, or probably more, than your true self.
Mm-hmm.
So don't ever try and you don't try and control the monkey mind. Just manage it. Just learn to manage it. So that
sounds like a very interesting book as well.
Yeah. But I think with books, it's all about timing. Like, it might hit you hard at that certain point, but then for other people, it might not do anything. And another one that I read more recently was a bit more of a spiritual book.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in Brazil.
Okay.
And I met this woman. She said she was a witch, and so a bit of an interesting character. And she recommended this book for me.
Oh, okay.
And it's called The Celestian Prophecy.
Celestian Prophecy.
Yeah, it's quite an old one. It's from like the late 90s. I've not met many people in Europe that have read it, but a lot of people in South America. So I spent
Was that an interesting read?
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah,
Okay.
it's more about your journey, not mystical stuff, but more like the universe is on your side. So if you're going to be doing good, the universe will bring you things, put people in front of you that can then maybe take you on different routes that you're supposed to go on. So from that, I've just taken it's like,
It's amazing.
Yeah, like surrender to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Just go with the flow rather than trying to fight everything.
Yeah.
And another just came to mind, that the other good author is Michael Singer. You heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
So he's written the Surrender Experiment. So that comes from that surrender point. And then the other one, I forget the name of the title. It's a really good one. But yeah, check him out, Michael Singer.
I can definitely say, like, these stuff really work. Like, these guys is quite sharp, you know. You're a real testament to your products.
There's too much going on.
If I ask Gordon to kind of like to describe his journey, anything that happened, good and bad, success or failure, from where he is now, in one word, and what he learns, what is that one word?
Adventure.
Adventure.
Yeah, life is an adventure, and creating the brand, like what we've done, it's allowed for more adventure, and I think that's what you've got to get out of it. You've got to.
That's the DNA of the.
Yeah, have adventure, have fun, enjoy the process. Don't keep moving the goalposts. Yeah, move the goalposts for your targets, but then take a step back and realize how far you've come.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The other thing, I guess this is the last one. So Gordon has been quite kind with our listeners, and he got an offer. Please.
Yep. So 15% off for all the great listeners with the discount code Fitpath. So just discount code on our Vybey website, wherever you are. So Vybey, that's VYBEY.com.au or .co.uk or .eu, and we ship worldwide.
Okay.
So you can get
So
your
that
hands on
basically people can jump on a website and the order, and then you guys ship it.
Exactly. And then if you're in the UK, then we're in Whole Foods in London.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and Deliveroo.
Wow, that's amazing. So people, don't wait. Don't wait. The other thing I wanted to ask is like if someone wants to get in touch with you for any specific thing, so how they can reach out to you? What are you on socials and what are those?
Yeah, on LinkedIn. So Gordon Belch, or you can go on the Vybey Instagram page, vybey.au or vybey.eu, and then my personal one, Gordon JB12.
Okay. There you go. You got all those information. And I'll also make sure that I put those links and information in the description of this podcast as well. So I know it was like, I really enjoy talking to you, and definitely we need to do it another round of this conversation because there's a lot to ask and a lot to learn and a lot to explore. But is there anything else that I might have not asked, but you wanted to have a chat in this podcast?
I think we've covered quite a good amount, yeah.
Yeah.
But to anyone else out there, just keep showing up every day, and consistency wins the race. As I said, and just keep working hard and have fun.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to us up to this point, and hope you have a lovely day. Be kind to one another. Cheers. I'm sure you will do an amazing job. You just need to cope with my crappy accent for next hour.
What about my Scottish accent?
I love your Scottish accent there. So where about in Scotland you're born?
Glasgow.
Oh, Glasgow. And we kick it off. You alright?
Yeah.
We're gonna smash it, man.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Fitpath podcast. My name is Max and I'm today with Peter. Can you please give us a... I'm so sorry. I'll tell you, like the person that I was talking right before, his name was Peter.
All good.
Damn it. Okay, we do it again. Take two. My bad. You can tell I'm not nervous, so... Hello everybody, welcome back to the Fitpath podcast. My name is Max and I'm here with Gordon. Welcome back, Gordon. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Can you please give us like the quick introduction, who is Gordon?
Yeah. So I'm the Scottish co-founder of a brand called Vybey, which is a nutrition brand that focuses on brain health.
Wait. We do it again.
Very good.
We do it again.